So I can say that this is my very first time I have attended IRA meetings. I mean, it's really rare. When I came, I had a lot of expectations because, of course, I've heard about IRA, and I knew that I'll be able to smell news. That is basically what we as journalists do. We have to smell news where there is, and IRA being the regulator, I knew that we would be able to learn more about the insurance companies and what they offer. And basically, we as journalists, we've interacted with a lot of complaints and clients who have been claiming they have not received what they expected to receive. So I believed that maybe through this meeting, being the voice of the people, I'll be able to ask questions that they have been asking us, and I wasn't in a position as a journalist to answer them. And I knew that maybe after that I'll be able to be equipped or empowered with information, so that when I interact with them out there, I'll be able to tell them exactly what they need to do and which office to knock at. The first thing that needs to be done is empowering journalists with information. And I think I really appreciate IRA for this opportunity, because again, people believe that journalists, they know everything, but that is not the truth. We also need to have those, meetings and tell us where we need to get information. And I like the fact that today we've been told we can visit their websites, we can go to their socials to be able to, get to interact with information that they're putting out there. That is very, very important. So I think the fact that they have opened doors for journalists to interact with them and be able to ask questions, that is one of the things and avenues that we will be able to share information. And personally, as a journalist, in a point of knowledge and information, when I'm empowered, I'll be able to tell people out there, this is the kind of information. But if IRA and other organizations or entities don't open doors to journalists to share information, then at the end of the day, as a journalist, I will be reporting at a point of what I think I know. A lot of people actually look at the media as a credible source of information, as much as we have social media and all that, but the traditional media is very, very important, and people look at it as a source of information, and a credible one for that matter. As a journalist, I have a voice and I have a platform personally, other than the media house that I report for. I also have my own socials and I have my own following there. I can as well, just talk to them and tell them what is going on, but that will be possible when I have information. Looking at the penetration rate of insurance, talk of Kakamega, for example, what we have been shown, Nairobi is leading with, huge margins. Kakamega is nowhere to be seen. So as a journalist, having that kind of information, I'll be able to dig deeper, get to know why is it like the penetration rate in Kakamega County is very low, what are the issues, and of course I believe we have the myths and misconceptions around it, and so we will be able to inform people in line with that. But also when you look at Kenya, for example, Kenya is also not doing so well. When you look at the penetration rates of Kenya vis-a-vis Africa, Kenya is slightly low. When you look at the penetration rates, Kenya and globally, like countries like, let's say, US, UK, they are 9-10%. Kenya, we are 2 point something percent. So I think as a journalist and as a media, we really have a platform that will be able to talk our people, demystify those myths and misconceptions around it. And of course, I think we believe that the acceptance rate will go high. I have interacted with journalists who they are not even, they are not earning much. So I think insurance will be very key to cushion themselves in future, because again, at the end of the day, when you have an insurance, like myself, I got my son's insurance and education insurance, that is, and I have been paying religiously for that. So you realize that when you pay that little amount, like monthly, it will be able to help you in future, unlike you waiting for that particular time for you to have those huge amounts to be able to pay your son's school fees, so maybe when he's in high school or university and all that. So I think it is very, very important for journalists to, other than just disseminating information to other people out there. Most of the time, we as journalists, as much as we've been taking out this information, we've not been partaker of this, and we've not been taking in. I think it is very, very important, so that at least we also cushion ourselves in future. On 4th December last year, I was covering gold mining protests in Isulu, Bushangala. That is the time that the government had announced that they have found gold deposit of 683 billion shillings in those sides of Bushangala and Isulu. So it was around that time, and we were attacked during the protest. My camera person was attacked, and other journalists. We were actually 5 of us, or we were attacked. So of course, some of our colleagues lost their equipment, that is the camera, laptops and all that, and we as journalists also, some of our colleagues were injured. So it is very important, we as journalists, especially with what we do as reporters, camera people and all that, having life insurance is very, very important. I think, as I said earlier, information, a lot of us also, as much as we are supposed to be disseminating information, many of us are not empowered with information in regards to insurance. I think that will really, really help, and I believe that a number of us will be able to take it up. This is a good initiative, IRA, and I really appreciate. As I said, this is my very first time to attend IRA meetings, and I'm hoping to and looking forward to attending more meetings and having interaction, because today I've learned a whole lot of things. I've covered stories about, let's say, Minet, and many of the teachers have been coming to me, and I'm covering these stories, and I knew that this was an avenue that I will be able to register their concerns and questions so that they can be addressed. But now, at least I have been told that now IRA is not dealing with this directly. So I believe that this is just but the beginning. IRA should be able to hold these meetings more often with journalists so that we are empowered with information. And I'm looking forward to attending more of these sessions.